Everyone, my name is Darshan Vyas. I have more than a decade of experience working in capability building, business excellence and OD. I started my consulting firm in 2017, which is called D-Box Consulting.
I'm from SR Group. It's been about 17 years that I've been with them. The only organization that I've been. I've moved within different verticals in SR. Thanks Sunita and Aparna for starting this off, and we're finally able to see everybody in person. And I've got more than 2 decades of experience, probably a little lesser than the starting of the floor. So that's where it is, and I look forward to interacting and getting to know from the entrepreneurs.
And learning fintech being the new big thing, it has been a good learning opportunities all the way, and glad to be here.
Safely not declare the age I started, but I have 50 years of work experience, still working.
There are 2 companies in Delhi, BSES Rajdhani Power Limited and Yamuna Power Limited, both put together. We provide electricity to 900 square kilometers area. And there are 2 companies in Delhi, BSES Rajdhani Power Limited and Yamuna Power Limited, both put together. We provide electricity to 900 square kilometers area.
I have 20 plus years of experience. Started my career as in management consulting, moved to ITES. It's been a great experience working with the Tata Group, especially with Tata Realty, because and I'm sure there'll be a lot of learning from each one of us. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Shayantini, and for the sake of ease, if you find it difficult, you can call me Shan today. Most people do. So I come from a firm called the Judge Group. Judge Group is a 52-year-old US firm, and we are in India since 2016. Typically, I have worked around the IT, telecom, in my time in Deloitte worked around the professional services, and I would say typically around professional services, that is where my career has aggregated. We have great products around learning and some of the other smart city projects, etc. what we do, and of course there's entire learning practice as well. Very excited, and I think like Rita said, it's a very diverse group. I was going through the profile, so very excited to meet everybody and hear your viewpoints, if the challenges are only in my industry or we kind of share it across.
I'm looking forward to hearing more about the moonlighting piece, because on the IT side of it, I'm sure it's going to be something new everywhere else. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to know how are we dealing with it, right? It's very, very a new thing. We are learning, we are evolving, and I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you. Thank you.
First of all, very good morning to one and all. And my name is Dr. Priya Mada, and I belong to the SRM Institute of Science and Technology. Main branch is Cheney, and we are in the Delhi campus. And as a professional, I'm being a teacher in the human resource management, and additionally last 3 years I'm taking care of the administrative responsibilities as the HR. Thank you so much the people management, because I'm sitting here all around the people's I'm just explore the practical knowledge from it, because I'm just the academic background, where is only the bookish knowledge we are sharing to the students. Definitely it's eminent speakers just around me, and I'm just looking forward to learn from them. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Gayatri Kriplani. I work with Oldendorf Carriers. It's a German shipping company. We are one of the largest dry bulk shipping companies, and we have offices all over the world. And currently I'm handling the Mumbai office, and everything from hire to retire in the HR is responsible. I'm responsible for it, and I look forward to learn from each one of you.
Good morning everyone, my name is Neha Chauhan and I am from the healthcare sector. I am taking care of the HR department of the Yashoda Super Specialty Hospital. It is a 300 bedded hospital. It is in Delhi NCR only. We have 2 to 3 branches in Delhi NCR and we are also coming up with new Medicity Hospital and I am glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Good morning everyone, and Sunita ji, thank you so much for inviting me to this conference here. No, it's fine. I think everybody can see, So overall I see we have 500-600 years of experience sitting here. I started my career as a steward from a hotel which is not very far from here, which is called Lalit these days. It started in 88, so I also head the Toastmasters Club. And more about our company, it's in a simple line, what Infosys does on a large scale, we do on a small scale. So that is what our company is.
I'm here to learn more from him and from everybody here. Thank you so much.
I am Dr. Professor Tapash Dey. I have spent 20 years in industry at very senior position in HR, right from Tata Group to Birlas to hotels to ITs to sales and marketing companies. And after PhD, I have been lucky to get directly as a professor and director and group head HR.
In a firm named Judge Group. So Shantini represents our OD. She's our organization development lead. I lead the HR function and currently working with Judge Group, which is primarily into professional services, where we take care of the talent services and support that we provide to the industry, primarily IT domain, help support the organization and trying to pick the best practices across. So thank you so much.
Myself, Aarti Kohli. Currently, I'm working with Bosch & Lomb as Director HR for India and SAARC countries. Prior to this, I've got experience with predominantly the healthcare sector, but not really like core pharma. So I was with Ranbaxy Laboratories. I'm sure you guys remember the time when Karlo Muthi Duniya Mein was like the slogan. That was the company that I actually joined as a management trainee. Moonlighting has been something which has really which was always there probably, but got highlighted as a result of COVID pandemic and people getting opportunity to stay at home and be able to do juggle into multiple things. And I'm happy to hear all of you and try and understand what's the industry perspective on this and learn. Thank you.
Into which industry sector, and I think I can relate to this one more, and I think I need to know something from this industry more. So I'm sure you've already made those associations in your mind, at least the mental notes, and that makes my job very easier. Actually, I have the easiest job because everyone is here, all the experience is out here. I just have to make sure that it all comes out in terms of nuggets and we're able to capture all that, right? All right, we shall ensure that you have a cup of tea or coffee, whatever you prefer, at around 11:30. So somebody is going to come and ask you for it, and somebody who wants black coffee or black tea also, you can ask for it. We don't want to spend any time outside because it takes away from the discussion. This is going to be very intense work by all of us here. While you're physically present here, you remain mentally present as well all the time, right? So, any questions, anything that you want to know? Yes, sir. Yes.
That's a normal drill. Hotel people are supposed to tell us.
Yeah, right. Anything else from anybody? And then, so I don various hats and in my different avatars. What we'll do is we'll spend time on moonlighting, as a challenge, and then we'll bucket the rest of it, which is the great resignation, quiet quitting and layoffs on the second side, right? What is it specific to your industry, or is it something which is happening elsewhere and it hasn't affected you?
So I've worked with a couple of clients post-COVID. So one specifically into the gaming industry. So tech was the major enabler, and gaming saw a huge boom. So I'm talking about real money gaming. So gaming saw a huge boom post-COVID because people were sitting at home, people were playing, and they were looking for sources of income. So gaming as an industry saw a huge boom, where they did not knew that we were working with the company, and we started offering them projects, and they were ready to take up the projects even though they were full-time working with the company. And we were very clear that we do not want to have any ramifications on people who are ready to take, but what we wanted to understand is, and we also started developing internal projects where people can apply for internal projects and they were paid extra over and above if they start taking up the projects. So this has helped them out in structuring and showcasing it to the VC also that this is what we had done, and it has helped them in picking up the productivity and retain people as well.
Great, thanks Darshan. Yes sir. So I was just wondering, so this is a new age company and you can call it a startup, right?
Yeah.
You can call it a startup. So maybe you want to say something, and then someone else from a startup wants to add or share any example, that would help, and then we will come to the more matured sector. But let's just first go through some of the new age companies and then we come back. Yes sir.
Yeah, I think the primary driver would be from the individual perspective, a desire to make more money. To, as Darshan said, to kind of track work happening at home and the duration.
So
I don't think moonlighting is a new phenomenon, honestly. As far back as I remember our neighbors when I grew up in Delhi. I think it's gotten highlighted now primarily because of the fact that a tremendous
technology is
absolutely. But the gig economy is nothing new. We're calling it different. We're calling it gig. We're calling it moonlighting. But as far back as I remember, even in my childhood, people had 2 jobs.
We just have a formal name to it. Everybody is calling it moonlighting. It was.
Also, I think we even struggle today with the definition of formal moonlighting.
Yeah.
And is it really a challenge? Maybe not. That's probably it's taking the discussion on a different tangent. But for example, most of us would have dealt in shares, and most of us would probably be doing some amount of online, trading in the market, making a supplement of money. हम लोग stock market में भी, all at least I do, so that is also supplementing my income. Similarly, I had a case, and I'm talking to my lifestyle healthcare industry, where I had a marketing resource. I am struggling today to figure out, is that moonlighting? Does it lead to anything as an impact in my organization? Is it conflict of interest? How do I draw that line? How do I define whether this is right or wrong? IT, I completely agree, because you have proprietary information, there is burnout involved, you have long shifts, there could be conflict of interest. So you need to have very, very strict, yes or no policies. But areas like this, which are so grey, which is, something like a share trading or something like pursuing a hobby. Maybe she's just become an influencer as a hobby. She is probably gaining commercial impact also if she is, promoting a bag or a, drink. And she's a marketing person.
This guy is moonlighting. Once you have a policy in place, you need to contain what they can do or what they cannot do, and you have to map their contracts or their appointment letters and get them into thing. You may have to have disclosures from these people.
Another word for conflict of interest, because we've always been having those agreements. It's part of your appointment letter. It's part of your guidelines. So that is always been there.
I'll give you an example. So I work in the reality sector, which is very closely associated with construction, and we have what are called EHS personnel. These are health and safety personnel on construction sites, right? So I had a situation in COVID. As you know, construction industry was the first possibly that went back to working, and obviously we can't work from home. We have to get people back on site. We have to start working.
When we're talking about the industry that you are in, that is one part. But the second part of it is, as one of us was talking about, being in the marketing role.
Yeah.
See, you could be in a different kind of an industry, right? Which may not be connected with the Marcom, but then your role is Marcom, and then that's how that you cannot be doing similar kind of works. So I think it's about the role, and it's also about the kind of industry that you are in.
So
So it's very difficult for an organization like us where we have a different set of
If
businesses.
you see the legal aspects of Moonlighting,
and they will hire 5-6 people or 10 people to handle that project. And the guy was happy because he's getting 20 lakhs from one organization and another 5 lakhs from another organization. So
I'll give you examples. When I was with the Premier Tata Sales and Marketing Company, we had sales and marketing people who were selling accessories of those particular product. I'm not naming the company, and he got caught, unfortunately. But there were other people who were actually doing it who didn't get caught.
Do not track times at all, because of course after COVID we went completely remote, and as I was mentioning, we were an India heavier organization, just 1 or 2 employees based out of US. So now we've gone global. As sir was mentioning about work hours, in our setup it is practically not possible to bound people by work hours. As sir was mentioning that it is very important to respect the person's rest of the hours. They have been associated with a competition. However, they really understood that it is practically not possible to go ahead and write the code, for example, for 2 different organizations when you have conflict of interest. So the employee is very mature these days, even when we talk about Gen Z. So it's into advancement of the technology. So with all due respect to different domains, in our sector, it is certainly not possible to bound somebody by working hours or by what they're doing in their free time. So,
And you're okay with that?
Yeah, we are okay with
You're
that.
okay
As
with
long as the conflict of interest is in place and we are not going ahead with competition.
You know, I think the one way out of this is to actually ask the employees to declare in the beginning itself.
True.
I mean, transparently, what are the areas of their interest and what they would like to do and what they would like to do in their own time, you know.
Either take it in the beginning or you have long-standing employees and tenures. So maybe like we do annual conflict of interest declarations, or so for example, I'm introducing a vendor into the firm. Is he related to me, not related to me? So you have all those COI kind of declarations that you do annually, biannually, or maybe so couple of years. So you can include the aspect of even pursuing alternate
Client servicing guy or media planning guy or a graphic designer is doing the same thing after work hours, and till the time the performance is not affected. Banking, there might be a issue which has cropped up at 1 a.m. in the night, and the person will have to wake up and will have to work.
Agreed. This is my first stint in a construction core, hardcore thing. I come from services, I come from consulting. You can define hours over there also. The way you manage your entire workforce, manage your shifts, will ensure that core hours. Let's say there are 10 people. You're working in a core shift. The next person is got an overlapping.
It is so big, you have got a lot of, I don't say word fat, where you can churn people. But in a startup,
There is a bench.
There's a bench. In a startup, you may not have the luxury, right? So yes, if somebody needs help at 2 o'clock, you have to find overtime to it. So these are business complexities at times.
One aspect which is very critical is we've been talking of कि वो music करता है वो है moonlighting या नहीं है. There is a high need for a firm to define some core band. 5 things or 6 things.
Exactly, like somebody said the word RFP, right? That's so important because there are core values, right? I have an IPR. If somebody is going working,
sir's been kind enough, so each one of you has this. You can put it, and will give you a lot of points to ponder and thoughts each day. So you will remember this round table, vividly each time you look at this, and of course the alumni group. I don't know which location, but we'll let you know the dates closer to time. So we look forward to having you there with us as well. So once again, thank you so much and wish you all the best. May I request Jayanti and